All right, this is Patrick at 800 with the 8.6 Blackout attempt 1. Whenever you're ready. Oh.
What are you camera doing?
Don't worry about the camera.
There are a lot of potential uses for 8.6 Blackout in a semi-auto. You could use this as a very effective hunting rifle. You could actually use this either to clear buildings or as home defense. 8.6 delivers a truckload of kinetic energy on target with subsonic rounds, and you won't have bad over-penetration. And keeping things discreet, you won't blow out everyone's eardrums. My favorite potential use for 8.6 Blackout in a semi-auto is as a discreet DMR rifle, or designated marksman rifle. You can deliver a significant amount of kinetic energy and do it without making much signature or noise at all. Today we're going to be talking about the GQ Armory Paladin in 8.6 Blackout. We've looked at the Paladin a few times in the past, but always AR-15 versions. This, of course, being chambered in 8.6 Blackout, is the bigger brother AR-10 version of the Paladin, and as always, GQ packs a ton of features into their rifles, all while keeping them as lightweight and compact as possible, making it a perfect host for 8.6 Blackout. In case you haven't heard of 8.6 Blackout before, it was developed by the same people who developed 300 Blackout with some very similar ideas. They wanted something bigger and more powerful, they also wanted to maintain magazine capacity, and they wanted platforms to be able to adopt the new cartridge with only a barrel swap, while optimizing the round for shorter barrels and making a subsonic offering with suppressor use a priority. It also features a very fast 1 in 3 twist rate for the majority of the barrels, giving this round not only very strong kinetic energy on target from the weight of the heavy projectiles, but also gives the projectile rotational energy, allowing for even more devastating power on target. We have several videos on what 8.6 Blackout is, what effects different barrel lengths have on the velocity, and just several other things, and I'll link all of those in the description if you want even more info. This video is more specifically about the GQ Armory Paladin, a very capable tool you can use to deliver 8.6 Blackout. Let's take a look at the components that make up the Carbon Paladin, and for starters, you can't have a great rifle without a great barrel, especially when it comes to 8.6 Blackout, as all barrels are not created equally. I've been shooting 8.6 Blackout since the very beginning, and sadly I can report that some barrels are excellent and other barrels are complete trash, giving users wide swings in accuracy. Thankfully, I can also say that the barrels GQ Armory uses will give you the best possible accuracy you can get from 8.6 Blackout. These barrels are made by MozTech and finished out to GQ specifications, and these are the best or among the best 8.6 barrels available today. Some of the shots we made with this gun wouldn't be remotely possible without these exceptional barrels.
That's the target.
Just picked up.
Yeah. Left and low. Got it.
Another really nice thing about the GQ 8.6 barrels is that they are threaded in the extremely common standard 5/8 by 24 with a taper for 8.6 Blackout. No oddball thread pattern for 8.6 that requires all kinds of new adapters. Something also to keep in mind, that's multiple shooters at those distances. It's not just one really good shooter. Basically, anybody that stepped up to this gun with this setup was able to make shots at 525 yards. The rifle will perform phenomenally well in any competent shooter's hands, and even some not so competent shooters.
Left. Low.
We were even able to squeeze in a few shots out to 800 yards, which is amazing given the fact that we were using only an 8 power scope and the scope was completely maxed out and we were completely at the bottom of the reticle. But still, a couple hits at 800. That barrel will also have an adjustable gas block on it. GQ has designed their own gas block, which is really nice. It adjusts easily with one Allen wrench and actually has a detent inside so you can feel the adjustments. They also have made a slight relief in the handguard to easily access the adjustment. This is a carbon model, so it features the GQ Armory carbon fiber handguard. The receivers are 70-75 billet and are hard coat anodized with a right side bolt release, a feature I really like. There's also this huge beveled magwell to make reloads very easy. Weight has been cut everywhere it is possible to give you the lightest possible rifle. From the machining of the receivers to having all titanium takedown pins, castle nut, buffered detent, trigger pins, handguard screws, and pistol grip screw. Steel is always heavier than titanium and it is really hard to get an AR-10 down to 6 pounds and 4 ounces, but GQ Armory has done everything they can to cut weight without sacrificing quality, including making all the small parts out of titanium. The trigger is very crisp with a 3-pound pull. Basically every detail that makes shooting more enjoyable has been attended to. The stock it comes with is a Mission First Tactical, and these are good and lightweight. Since, as I said earlier, my favorite use for this gun is as a covert DMR rifle, I put a BCM stock on mine so it would sit a little bit better on a shooting bag. But that's the great thing about the AR platform, easily customizable to your needs. You may be more familiar with names like Noveske and Radian, and I have those rifles and I love them too. But the quality of the GQ Armory rifle is on par with those names, and I would say even exceeds them in some aspects. I want to take a moment to talk about the GQ Armory 8.6 silencer, the Leviathan. For those that don't know, GQ Armory works closely with Otter Creek Labs to develop their silencers, and they're very purposely driven to work with the GQ guns as a system and also tailored for the calibers that GQ uses in their guns. I'm about to play some raw audio to try to give you an idea of how quiet the Leviathan is. First on the Paladin, which of course is a semi-auto, and then we're going to listen to a few shots of it on a bolt action to really let you hear it without the action, noise, or anything else going on.
There you go. Got it. Low.
Yeah, that wind's, I don't know, for whatever reason it's slowing it down out there.
All that being said, the Leviathan is tailored to be great on 8.6 Blackout, and it is. In fact, I would say it is currently my favorite 8.6 can. It is the quietest. It will also not have any negative effects on accuracy that some other 8.6 cans seem to have. I've only ever shot the Leviathan L, and it is the quietest 8.6 can that I've shot, but they do make a smaller version, and I imagine it's probably the best given its size. If you're thinking of getting a GQ gun in 8.6, I highly recommend getting the Leviathan to go with it. But beyond that, if you're just shooting 8.6 Blackout and want the best sounding can that will not have any bad effects on your accuracy, I also highly recommend the Leviathan. As we always say here, we like to feature great products, but no product is perfect, so this is where we look at some of the possible downsides. One that we can talk about is the cost. These guns are a little on the expensive side, but I may point out, in the world of premium 8.6 Blackout AR-10s, the price is on par and possibly on the low end given what you get. I can also confidently say you will not find a better appointed 8.6 Blackout AR-10 any cheaper. Another complaint that came up with some of the shooters is the width of the handguard. The GQ carbon fiber handguard is built to accommodate a 1 3/4 inch suppressor inside the tube, so it makes it a little on the thick side. While this really wasn't an issue for me personally, GQ offers several product lines in their guns, and they do have nearly the same gun with an aluminum handguard that only picks up a few ounces and would actually save you some money if you wanted to go that route instead. DQ Armory Paladin is one of the best appointed and most capable AR-10 packages chambered in 8.6 Blackout. All of the features are geared to making this round perform at the top of its capabilities and to give the shooter superior ergonomics. Like I said earlier, this gun can be used for a lot of purposes. Hunting rifle, home defense, covert DMR, but let's not forget it is also just a lot of fun to shoot. This gun will let you go out and enjoy shooting 8.6 Blackout, which is a lot of fun, and you can focus on the fun because you will be getting good results and won't be second guessing your components from lousy results. Sadly, that is not the case with all 8.6 AR-10s. I shoot a ton of 8.6 and all the guns are not created equally, and that shows possibly more in 8.6 Blackout than any other round. This gun will deliver good results and show you what 8.6 is capable of every time you bring it to the range. This is a phenomenal 8.6 Blackout AR-10, and if you're looking for something along these lines, I would highly recommend the 8.6 Blackout Paladin. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because as always, we have some really big reviews in the works that you won't want to miss. If you want to know what those reviews are way before they hit the YouTube channel, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where you can see what's being reviewed in real time. If you want to help support Alabama Arsenal, the absolute best way to do that is through Patreon. These videos can be surprisingly expensive to make, and every little bit helps and is greatly appreciated. There's also Alabama Arsenal gear available right below the video if you want to go out and represent. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching.